Welcome back, everybody. Part 3 of the Strat build, the electronics, and the completion. We're putting the electronics together and finishing it all out. Alright, bag of goodies, a whole bunch of parts. Got string trees. We have our strap buttons here with the cushions. We also have a bag of parts, knobs, switch tips, screws. Those knobs did not fit because my potentiometers are bigger. They went from 250 to 500. Here are my on-off switches, buttons, and our bag of potentiometers, output jack, and our capacitor. Here's our faceplate. That's 2 humbucker slots, obviously. 3-way switch in it like a Telecaster, and it has the 3 holes for our potentiometers. If you had a regular Strat, it would be volume, tone, tone. But I'm going to put a button in the top one. I also had to file down the top of it just a little bit so that it can fit under the neck. Here we're just measuring the button, simple measurements. And then we have our reamer here. Take those measurements, 11.6, and go pretty much almost all the way up to the top. Alright, and with some movie magic, we skip forward. You stick the reamer into the hole and twist until you get to the size you need it. Bada bing, bada boom. Unscrew that, stick it in, and twist it back on. Snug it up, not Superman tight, just nice and snug. And first little electronic mod is done. Alright, now we're going to put our pots in. The one on the right is our volume pot. You see it's soldered already, and on the left's going to be our tone pot. Pretty much put them babies in and twist them in. Again, not Superman tight because most likely going to have to readjust. The second one here, I'm just watching the height. As you can see, it's a little bit taller, so I just take one of the nuts off just to lower it up and level them out. Alright, I went ahead and skipped the first soldering session and just showing you the after effects of everything hooked up. We have our multimeter set on 20k ohms and a tester button to see if we wired that up right. That should be half of our humbucker, which it is. And we'll go to the switch. That's our full humbucker, which I'm going to round to 12 ohms, or round to 6 ohms on the half. Push the button in, and that should ground out our bottom coil of our humbucker. Boom, 0, perfect. And the top should be half. Yep, I think we are successful. Alright, and the rest is pretty normal wiring. Top humbucker, bottom humbucker down here. Links to the volume pot, which links to our tone pot back here with our orange capacitor. Then we link our grounds, make sure everything has a solid ground. And I took a wire here to connect the grounds of our humbuckers because they wouldn't reach. Alright, and now for our body. I got lucky. A friend gave me a squire Strat for doing some work, same color. I just decided to use it instead. We have screws already in for the grounds, one going from the paint and one going to the trim claw in the back. And instead of using the other body, I'm going to use that for another project. if I wanted to finish this or not. I believe that's a success. Now, I went back in to clean up a little bit. I like tip tinner because it really helped me with soldering, keeping my tip clean. Quick tip on tip cleaning. Alright, now I'm just going to desolder this ground and then our other grounds. I saw a mod of a partial splitting of a coil, which I was like, hey, I like that, because when you ground the bottom coil automatically, there's a volume drop that I didn't like. So I'm going to put a 2.2 resistor in to ground, so this way I can get a little bit of the bottom coil mixed in with the top. And here I'm extending the grounds from my pickup so they look a little cleaner, and I won't have that wire just kind of there, that ground wire just float. And then here I'm just going to tin my wire up. Basically means I'm going to put a little bit of solder on the tip, so when I go to connect it to the other soldering point, they'll just melt together instead of me having to hold it and drop solder on it at the same time. It's just a lot easier when soldering. Alright, and now you just see me soldering everything together, the grounds, and putting the resistor on. The next few sounds you'll hear are the samples of the guitar. First part will be clean, through all the samples, and the last part will be dirty, a little bit of dirt on it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned.